changing a para to a teacher.
It'd be a way to get quality pairs as well, if they knew that we had a program to help them get a teaching license as well.
Yeah, there's some places where they actually come out if you can get a big enough of a group that some of the universities will do a pilot or a site for you out here in this area.
That would be definitely worth checking into.
Mhm.
Do you need us to approve the
Yes.
contract? Chuck,
I'll offer a motion to approve the MSEA paraprofessional contract.
is there a second? And second by Angela. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, thank you again.
Thank you.
Great work, guys.
This guy, you still have, yeah.
Yep. We'll go to 8.1, which is under new business action item, is the substitute teacher rate of pay.
Yeah, we did an analysis of districts around the area where we were standing with our substitute pay again, and I hate to say it, but once one district kind of raises their rates, it seems to have a domino effect around, because there's just so much of a pool of substitute teachers that are out there, and you're fighting to get those teachers to your district. And so we really kind of are challenged by that in terms of going up against the districts around us. And so I'm advising the board that to stay competitive, that we would look at raising our rates up to $120 a day to stay competitive in the area. And that would not, our retiree rates would stay the same, because we are competitive still within the retiree rates for our substitute pays, but the regular rate would go up to $120 a day. And one of the other changes we would look at, currently right now, we do like if you're 0 to 10 days, we would be paying $110 a day. And if it was 11 plus days, it would be $115. Is that no longer would we say from 0 to 10 you're getting that lower rate? We're just going to, hey, no, seriously, you come here, you're getting $120 a day. We're not going to beat around the bush. We value you coming to the district to serve our kids, and that's what our plan would be.
Do we need a motion on that?
Yes, I think.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second
Second.
discussion? Other than, what type of pool do we have for substitute teachers?
It's right now. It's when you really the teachers that haven't found positions and been really working hard start contacting districts to get on the sub list. So we're already starting to get those phone calls and emails, and then our department meets with them and gets them onboarded to start working. Last year we were probably, I did an analysis, and I don't want to spend too much time. But last week I did an analysis in each building by each month, the number of absences that we have and reasons we have. And I looked at the fill rates, and sometimes we're at 83% we were able to fill the vacancies in that building. Sometimes we're at 97. But I never saw it, one time we were at 70%. It depended on the building and the time of the year. So we do need to find substitute teachers to help us fill those rates, because they don't want to be sitting at 70% fill rate in a building, because that just puts a lot of stress and challenges on that building for the day. And they're pulling teachers here and there to cover those classes, combining classes. And so we got a pretty good pool, but it's not as large as we would like. We need to get it bigger.
Thank you. Any other questions? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Assistant
Yeah,
Superintendent
I think
update.
I've got the updates here. One thing that I wanted to bring back to you on an update, we talked about moving into the new conference. We want to offer our kids every opportunity that the conference, avails to our students, and we're short in about 3 areas: alpine skiing, which we don't have, Nordic skiing, and gymnastics. And at the same time, we thought we were short and we didn't have anything for adaptive sports in the winter. So just got an update on where we're at. John Janke's been reaching out to people around the area that we work with. Adaptive floor hockey would be the winter offering, and he thinks that he can get that up and rolling here this winter. So he's got an email out to his cohorts. They seem to be enthused about that. And he said that the way they usually do that is once in the fall season for adaptive sports. And they'll usually go over and meet with those kids and talk about who would be interested in participating. So we think we would be able to host that here in our district, that we'd find some gym space. So John's working on that. The next 2 are a little bit little more dependent on others. Alpine skiing, it's pretty limited. We usually have a couple kids that would like to do that. We're reaching out to Prior Lake. We're waiting for an answer from them on alpine skiing because we'd like to offer that even this winter if we can. Usually that's, again, it's pretty independent. The kids get themselves out there and, but we have to have a cooperative to be able to do that. So we're hoping to be able to do that yet this winter. And we were planning on looking at adding Nordic skiing the following year. But when we reached out to Prior Lake about co-oping and alpine skiing, they said, you know what, we might be open to letting some of your kids Nordic ski this year. So we're talking to both those yet this winter. So hopefully in the next, by the next meeting, we'll have some information on that. The one that's going to be a bigger, I guess study would be gymnastics. That's a big facility issue, and then it's also what is the interest out there, because you can't just the others you can pretty much start and grab kids and go with them, but the gymnastics you need to have a feeder program. A lot of these kids are invested in other private clubs, so we have to find out a little bit more on that. So, but I see the other ones as a distinct possibility even for this year. So that's good news. Another thing in the realm of activities, I guess we had a little bit of an unhealthy rivalry with Prior Lake in the past when we were in the old conference together, and a little bit of that popped up already with some little painting and stuff back and forth between the schools. I gotta hand it to both ADs and building principals. They're pulling together 30 kids, 30 student leaders from each building. Wednesday they're having lunch, I believe, at Shakopee High School to talk about how to make this a positive rivalry and, not distract from the good things that go on. You can still be rivals, you can still have heated competitions, but we gotta get away from the negative stuff. So they're gonna be having that meeting on Wednesday. Hopefully that does some good, so we'll see. Also, I think next month you're going to be seeing some club proposals come forward, just things that I'm getting feedback from, and I'm going to have John presenting probably next meeting would be, we have Fellowship of Christian Athletes at the high school. There's a group that wants to do some sort of fellowship group. I don't know if it's going to be under the FCA or a different caveat for the middle level. Robotics is coming up again, and it sounds like we have some legitimate supporters possibly of bringing that forward. And I've even heard, I laugh about this one, FFA, Future Farmers of America. I don't know how realistic that one is, but I think it's shifting to more. When I went out to the state fair, I went in there, a lot of it is the environmental studies and environmental science and all that. So
It doesn't stand for Future Farmers of America anymore, it's just FFA.
oh, okay. So
Does not stand for that anymore.
Really?
I stand
I
corrected.
remember that when I was in school.
Well, I say that, I heard a young lady
They
interview.
still have the blue blazers with the little gold hands on
Yeah,
them.
apparently it's
The
not.
quarter.
And the co-op does offer that
Does it?
program as well, yes.
Okay, so that's update on activities. The other one that I'd like to, or other two things, one would be the district office moving over to Minnesota School of Business, I guess, the old Kmart site. Those wheels are in motion. We've got the keys on Friday. We're looking at, we're doing we got our people in there already today, starting to do some work, just doing a little patching and getting some of our technology pieces in place. And we're hoping to be in there by the Monday after MEA, which would be the 20th. So that's our goal. We might have some meetings starting over there even earlier than that, but that's when we hope to be operational. So that is a good thing. And then one of the probably something we should toot our horn about is that those kindergarten additions. We put those 4 classrooms on each of our elementary buildings, and that was a big task. But it went down to the wire. But all those rooms were open for school the first day of school, and it took a lot of extra work by our custodians and our teachers. A little patience and a little sweat equity to get things ready to go. But they did it. There's still punch lists of things to be done. If you drive around, you see the outsides are still being finished up, but the classrooms were ready to go. So much so that we even had the commissioner come down the second day of school in one of our last buildings to get turned over to us, Jackson, and she sat in one of those classrooms, saw the construction, saw some guy putting some tiles in outside the door, and read to our kids, and spent an hour with some of our board members and our cabinet members talking what issues are there in Shakopee that we'd like to make her aware of, things that just it was just good dialogue. It was actually a really nice morning to sit there and have that banter back and forth, I would say. So, and you know, the week before we had Senator Al Franken here to help welcome back staff. So it's nice to see that people want to come and be seen at our school. So it must mean that we've got some good things going on. So, and I think it makes our staff feel good too. You know, you can see everybody kind of, you know, those kindergarten teachers that were, you know, kind of worried about the room and this and that when, you know, they're getting the picture taken, they're, you know, meeting people and feeling appreciated. So it's good for, again, it's good for everybody, good for morale. So it's been a nice start, not without hiccups, but everything's been manageable. And, you know, I just want to thank people because if people are willing to, you know, be patient and bear with us when we have those hiccups. But again, it's been a nice start. I kind of, it's, if you have any questions on any of those things, I kind of covered a number of topics.
John, maybe I missed it, but do you mention adaptive sports for winter? I don't.
Yep,
Did
oh,
you
that would
mention
be,
anything about that?
did I mention that would be floor hockey?
Oh.
Yep,
Sorry, that was
yep.
me.
So, yeah, so that would be the one we're looking at.
Sorry
And the
about
other
that.
one that we don't have that we may have some conversation in the spring is bowling. But we have softball in the spring already, but we'd like to offer a full complement of activities for kids, so. Yeah,
On the survey that you
yep,
did for
last year.
kids, you said you were exploring the interest level for gymnastics, and if I remember correctly,
was high.
436
Yep.
something?
Well, and that's what we wanted to discern interest level to,
Versus, yeah,
yep, participation.
actual
Because I believe one of
participation.
the highest interest levels was also archery was up there and some other things that the high school doesn't even offer. So, and we just want to make sure that what does that, you know,
Translate.
yeah, what does that translate to? Because we don't, you know, if you build it, they will come. We want to make sure that, because we'd like to have, you know, we don't want to be, you know, if it's offered in our conference, we want our kids to have every opportunity to be, you know, to explore things as everywhere else. So, and that it's just that one isn't as easy to say. We can make that happen
Right.
this year.
Any other question? Now we'll go to other, Scott,
Nothing.
Sean? Yeah,
Just want to echo the back to school sentiment. It's great to be kicking off the school year. Great for the patients, the teachers, getting into their classrooms a little bit later than we'd hoped. But I'm excited to start another school year.
Chuck, Angela?
I would like to say thank you to everybody who put together the back to school event for the teachers and how phenomenal that was. I love to see the teachers get started. Probably one of my highlights was being on the board. But it was nice to have Senator Al Franken there as well. However, Patrick Briggs was phenomenal. What a firecracker. And if you were a teacher that didn't walk out of there energized, there was something wrong with you. So whoever planned that guy to be there, that was great. So thank you for
I
that.
think we have a tape of that if people
Yeah, we do.
want to see it again or didn't get a chance to see that.
I'd like to watch it probably 3 more times.
Bridget? No, I just want to comment on Southwest Metro. We're opening a day treatment facility for mental health in Lydia this year, and also through some quick work at the state, we were able to get passed that students who graduate from Southwest Metro High School can actually have a Southwest Metro High School diploma rather than their own home district, because some kids don't even spend time at their home district, so it means absolutely nothing to them. So those are the two exciting things that we're happening at Southwest Metro. If not, anything else? Anyone come on any committees at all? Then we'll go to upcoming meetings. September 18th is our Guiding Coalition meeting from 6 to 9 still at West Junior High.
Yes, it is. It will stay there too.
Okay, September 22nd is a board learning session at 5, and then October 9th is our Guiding Coalition meeting from 6 to 9 also at West, and then October 13th will be our board business meeting at 6. I remember when this list was covering 3/4 of a page.
I know.
Just one quick question on that. Are board meetings slated to stay here until further notice?
Until further notice, yeah. I would think the earliest might be that November 10th.
Okay.
With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second? Second, Sean, of course. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Only about 5 seconds, you know what's gonna